Y'all get real loud for Lawrence Rosales, everybody. Get loud.
Start here a little bit about me. I've been trying to be a more positive person in my life the last 6 months. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's fine. It's court ordered. And right, you get a couple of you pull one dude out of a window in a road rage incident, and now I have to see an anger counselor. I have to see a state-ordered anger, and this woman, she's very, she tries to help, but she says I'm doing better. I lie to her a lot. And, but, she's very condescending to me. And the other day, this woman, sorry. Sheila would hate that. The other day, she goes, Lawrence, I want you to think about negative things that happen to you during the week and present them to me in a more positive light. So the other day, I told her, I go, well, Sheila, recently, there's been a lot of shootings at the apartments where I live, right? But today I pulled in and I thought, look at all the parking that's opening up, you know? Right? I don't care how you feel about guns, shoot more people where I fucking live. I'm tired of walking to my front door. I pay a lot to live here. They charge me for covered parking. That's some bullshit. Fucking shoot some people. I don't give a shit. And she told me that didn't count. It's like, all right, whatever, bitch. You know, it's my story, you know? She teaches me I'm an angry person. I'm an angry person, and I get it. You know, I get angry over dumb shit. I have to tell her out loud what bothers me, and she helps me realize it's dumb. I got into an argument with a girl the other day because she buys all of her groceries at Whole Foods she's better than me. And I'm 38. To this day, I don't really understand what organic food is, right? What's the difference between organic lettuce and regular lettuce, right? Right? All I know is that when I was a teenager, I sold weed. Right, man? And anybody wearing a North Face jacket? I was charging you an extra $5 a gram. I'm pretty sure that's what Whole Foods does to white people, right? I would make up names for my weed on the spot. It's the same weed I'm always selling, but I would just call it something. I'd be like, nah, Billy, that's Gold Crush. That's purple butter. That's the good stuff right there. If you want that, that's 30 a gram. They leave with it happy. They go back to their friends bragging about it. I got Gold Crush. Same weed I'm always selling. I think it's what Whole Foods does, right? They're like, nah, Sheila, that's not lettuce. That's hydroponic lettuce. That's the good shit, you know? That's antioxidants in there. That's gluten-free lettuce right there, you know? You're fucking stupid. Right? I admit, my therapist does help me a little bit. I tell her what bothers me, and I think she's not, I told her the other day, and I mean this. I grew up in a bad neighborhood. I do not like men who wear sandals after dark. I don't. To me, that's privilege. I don't think you're worried enough about what could potentially happen to you. Ladies, just know if you ever go out with a man at night, if that dude's wearing flip-flops, if some shit happens, you're on your fucking own. That's not a man who's about to fight for your purse. You know what I mean? Anytime I see a dude wearing sandals after dark, I think, I could rob you. I could definitely fucking rob. I'm not gonna do it, you know? I have a counselor now, but I could definitely fucking rob you, you know? I got in an argument with a girl the other day because we went out to eat. I understand, a lot of my weird shit comes from growing up poor. I'm not racist, but I don't like people that come from money. I really don't. You guys, I know we're close to SMU. You guys ever see an 18-year-old get out of a Range Rover and just think, who gives a fuck? I ruined my, a lot of the people look like you got good, I ruined my credit when I was 18. I'm 38 now, right? Not part of the joke. What that means is that I owe money to companies that don't even exist anymore. Right? That's fucked up, right? Like, if I owe you money and I get hit by a bus, that's debt paid. You know what I mean? Like, you know who else wasn't paying their bills? Blockbuster. You know what I mean? Like, why the... Like, I'm the only person in this zip code whose life is currently being destroyed by Circuit City. I feel like Circuit City has one employee left. And every morning, that piece of shit just wakes up, drives to work, clocks in, calls me 3 times, and then clocks out and goes home. Like, I wish you would quit. Who's paying you to do this? Quit calling me. Please quit calling me. Like, I went out to eat with a girl the other day, and it's just my messed up brain. Like, she wanted to sit on the patio at a restaurant. Right? I told her, I grew up poor. I don't sit on the patio at restaurants. I'm like, do you not understand? Do you not understand that the cost of this place's AC is built into the price of the food? Do you not get that shit? Like, I'm not paying for this place's AC and not fucking using it. You know? Like, nice try, Illuminati. Not this guy. Not today. You know, like I had another buddy the other day, and like I know I come off as vague ethnically. I'm a man of mystery. I know that because after shows, people will constantly come up to me and go, Lawrence, what ethnicity are you? And I always respond the same way. You know, it's whichever one gets me out of this conversation the quickest. Officer. And I just want to go home. But I know how I look. The way I look like somebody who could walk into any restaurant in this city, go straight into the kitchen, fucking be there a while. I don't work there. I could be there a while before anybody says anything. I could put on an apron, start cutting vegetables, like, we got a new guy. I'm correcting other employees. I'm like, you didn't do that right. I'm sending shit out the window. I don't work there. I could do that at any restaurant in this city. That's how I look, you know? But I'm Mexican. And the other day, my white friend, he invited me to go to a sauna. And to me, if you enjoy being in a sauna, all that means to me is you've never done manual labor on a hot fucking day. Right? Like, hey, here's $50. Make me feel like I'm roofing a house in July. How fucking bored are you? Get a fucking job. How about that, you know? And I tell my therapist these stories, and like every week she goes, Lawrence, what are the 3 things that upset you this week? And here's my 3 from this week that happened very recently. First one is I live in a bad neighborhood here in Dallas, and recently I was driving, and what I saw is I saw a grown man jerking off under a bridge. And I thought what anybody would think. I thought, I just caught this dude jerking off under a bridge. Reasonable thing to think, right? But then we locked eyes for about 45 seconds. And he's not stopping. He's not stopping at all. And at that point, I realized, I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't catch him. He caught me. And longest red light of my fucking life. Longest red light of my life. And then I told my therapist about it, and she goes, Lawrence, that's not an example. You don't have to tell me about that. I was like, bitch, I pay you. Listen. The least you could do is listen. The other example is, this is a weird setup for an anger story. Like, I'm back in Texas now. You guys like ranch dressing? You guys like ranch? Yeah, you guys like ranch? You guys, you ever go to a fast food place, ma'am, and the employees act like it's their ranch? Yeah. Like it comes out of their pay. Like it comes out of their pay. Yeah, give me another 50 cents. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm here for it. You know, like whatever it takes for me to get this sauce. Right? I just want it. Like people at Chick-fil-A, like I'm gonna lose points on this Chick-fil-A if I give you another Polynesian sauce. You know, it's like just fucking give it to me. You know, like recently, I told my therapist, recently I go to Jack in the Box at 3 a.m. Here's the first thing. We all end up at Jack in the Box at 3 a.m. for the same reason, right? We're drunk. We've made some mistakes. The line at Waterburger's too long. here we fucking are, right? This is clearly plan B, you know what I mean? Like, and you guys like Waterburger, right? You guys like Waterburger, right, Texas? Try this hat on. How about fuck Waterburger a little bit? How about fuck Waterburger? Like on Friday night at midnight, start fucking cooking them. You know we're coming. Like, this is an ego thing for you. You're just being withholding. Why the fuck is this line so long? You think I'm at Waterburger at 3 a.m. for culinary perfection? You think I need it fresh? I need it now. I'm fucking wasted. I'm trying to get home before I get pulled over, clearly. I don't need to remember this bacon cheeseburger. I want to eat it in bed like a man with depression because that's who I am. I don't even need to remember the cheese. I want to wake up in the morning, shake off a hangover, look at a receipt like it's a murder mystery. I want to wake up and go, 5 bacon, 7 strawberry. Who the fuck let me order 7 strawberry shakes and then watch me sway into a house? That's not a friend. That's an assisted suicide, you know? So anyways, I'm thinking all of this. I'm in line at Jack in the Box. I'm already upset. I pull up, I place my order. I tell the kid at the window, I go, hey man, can I get 5 ranches? And this kid looks at me and he goes, I'll give you 4. Right? Immediately, I'm upset, I'm drunk. I'm like, what is this, a used car parking lot? I'm like here to negotiate with you. I pay for my meal, in the middle of my rant, this kid just closes the drive-thru window on me. So I'm furious. And in my mind, he prances away. He's gone for a long time. I'm in my car just brewing like a Keurig cup, thinking about how much better Waterburger is than what I'm doing. And finally, this kid comes back, and he pops the window open with some pizzazz. It was very theatric. It was just like, and he holds his hand up high like a shitty magician. And he just looks at me, eye contact, hard like this, sir. And he just goes, 1, 2, 3, 4. And as I told the judge, and my counselor, Sheila, I know I'm too old to act like this. But I look at this kid right in the face, and I go, you give me my 5th ranch right now, or you come outside, and I'm gonna beat your ass in this fucking parking lot. I did the right thing, ma'am, right? I did the right thing. Right, thank you. You know how this young man in Oak Cliff responded to me? By immediately taking his shirt off and saying to me, I'll be out there in a minute. Oh, fuck you guys. This is not end well for me. I don't know if you've ever started doing math during a confrontation. You know, like, I was like, I didn't get a nap today. I got a lot of errands to run tomorrow. I don't have health insurance. I don't know what the training program is here. I don't know if you have a punching bag next to the fryer. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Are you employee of the month? But what I did after doing that math is I just rolled my window up real slowly, and then I just drove away. And I was ashamed. I was embarrassed. And then it was 3 a.m. I got back to the girl's house I was hanging out with. And you know how women are at 3 a.m. drunk, you know? She's digging through that bag like a little trash raccoon. And then she looks at me and she goes, Lawrence, where's the 5th ranch? And I was like, bitch, you don't need a 5th ranch. 4 is enough. Even numbers. Windows closed. The fuck out of here. Gonna get me killed out here. Even numbers in the streets. But I'm trying to do better. Because, like, for several, like, the main reason I'm trying to do better is, like, my son, I just had my first kid. He's about to turn 3 years old, everybody. Thank you. My son's like the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm obsessed with my kid. Like, I used to never think about kid. Like, I was with the same woman for 15 years, and she used to ask me, she used to go, Lawrence, you ever think about kids? And I'd be like, not a lot. That'd be weird. Right? Like, that's funny, right? Like, she'd get upset. I'm like, wouldn't it be weird if I was like, all the time? I can't stop thinking about these fucking kids. And she'd get upset. And now we have a son, and I'm obsessed with my kid. Here's the thing is, like, I'm Mexican. I married a white woman. That always felt like a win. Right? Right? Oh, you got you one over here, too? Yeah. Disappointed fathers. You know, it's, right? I'm just saying, Dallas, you know, it's, me and this dude, you know, we're not just stealing your jobs. I'm here for everything. And I think interracial is good. You know, you got to learn to support each other over a long marriage. Like me and my wife, we both didn't like doing the dishes. You know, but this day and age, you can't yell at a woman to do the dishes anymore. That's sexist, you know? But she was white, so she couldn't yell at me to do the dishes. That's racist. So we had a lot of dirty dishes, but nobody got canceled, you know, and that was good. But now we have this beautiful son. We have this beautiful son together. We're great co-parents. We have this beautiful son. And, like, I used to never notice children. To me, kids were just something that, like, you know, like, I didn't want to have kids. Like, kids were just something that cried at an Applebee's. You know, like, get them out of here. I'm trying to have a fucking good time. You know, it's happy hour. Why don't you bring a kid to a happy hour at Applebee's? You know, that's not safe. They have Dollaritas. You know what I mean? Why would you bring a kid to this environment? This is not an environment for a child. That's what kids were to me, you know? But now I feel like having a kid is like buying a car. You notice other people driving that car, you know? Like, now I notice children. I used to not. And I love babies now. I love babies. They're adorable. They're sweet. But I didn't know this till now. Did you guys know that there are a lot of ugly babies out there? Did y'all know this? Like, you did? Like, I did not know God did that. That's pretty fucked up. That's pretty mean. I see, now that I notice, I see babies in strollers all the time, and I think, oh, somebody's got to love that all the time. Oh, take a fucking day off with that one. That is, you deserve it. That's hideous. That's gross. Like, would I love my son less if he was ugly? I don't know. Probably. I mean, ugly people are loved less. That's just what we do as people. You know what I mean? It's a rough world out there. You know, it's like, but like look, I don't mean any offense by this. I didn't know this till I had a baby. Like, I have a beautiful mixed brown baby. White people are beautiful as adults. White babies are fucking gross. As adults, you're beautiful, but when you come out of the oven, you come out pink, and that's not a person color. You gotta put that back in the oven. That's clearly not done. That's not done. Like black and brown babies come out of the oven ready to serve. I'm like, you can plate that, send that right out of the kitchen. That's good. I don't even work here, but you can plate that, send that right out of the kitchen. It's clearly good to go. And it's weird, man. Like, me and my wife, towards the end of the relationship, we did have some arguments, you know, caused divorce. So it's weird now that I'm single for the first time, and I don't know, I met my wife when I was 23, I'm 38 now. You know, I'm just out here wandering in the streets. Like, I was in captivity too long. Like, I feel like an animal that the Dallas Zoo lost. You know, I'm like, I thought this is what, somebody come get me. I don't know what to do with these paws anymore, you know what I mean? Somebody come get me, you know? It's like, and I hate it because I have to hang out with my single friends. And like, men, if you leave men alone for too long, like all my single friends are my age, 38, you know, and if you leave men alone for too long, they start doing weird stuff. You know, like they start putting ships in bottles. Right? Like, men will do that, or they start like storming the Capitol. You know, it's like, if you leave a man alone for too long, he will storm a Capitol, 100%. I think maybe love is the answer, you know? And like my single guy friends, I hate it because they try to build me up, you know? They're like, let's go out tonight, bro. Get some pussy. Like it's at Walmart or something, you know? I'm like, I don't think you're coming home with those groceries. I think that card's gonna decline. And I hate it because whenever you get to be my age, like I hate the I was civilized for so long that now I hang out with my single guy friends and it bothers me because they treat me like I'm one of them. And I'm like, no, I know how to dress. I know how to handle myself. You know what I mean? Like a grown man, right? I realized this hanging out with my single friends recently, and it's a weird epiphany. I don't know if this will make sense to you guys. I realized recently that I have never seen an attractive person wear a Buc-ee's t-shirt. Does this resonate with you, ma'am? Yeah, it's like, I see these shirts all the time. Not once is it somebody who is in shape or attractive. You look like you should be wearing a shirt that represents a gas station. You know, it's like... Texas, I do not understand your fascination with Buc-ee's at all. You love it? Like, hey, you want to drive to Denton and eat a $16 brisket sandwich next to 60 toilets? Or in the parking lot, we can do that too, you know? I've never once been at Quick Trip and thought, I wish this was a Six Flags. I don't understand what you guys are doing. Like my single guy friends, we go out the other night, we're at a bar, and he goes to hit on a woman. This motherfucker is wearing a Buc-ee's t-shirt, cargo shorts, Crocs. This is a dude trying to build me up. Obviously, it does not go well. And then he has the balls to come back to me and go, whew, she was a bitch. Really? Is that what happened? Like, I wasn't there, but is that... I think maybe she saw you in the dark and said, no, thank you. I think that's what happened, you know? And I get it. I've been alone for so long. I've been single for 3 years. I've been alone for so long. I'm starting to do weird stuff. You know, like I tell people, I'm like, no, I go to the movies by myself. It's better that way. You know what I mean? Why go to the movie with somebody else? You know, they just interrupt you. You know what I mean? Like I can feel the narrative I'm building in my head. Like I've developed this weird confidence at my age where like I will go to CVS and just buy lube. By itself, you know, like when you're younger as a man, like you'll go to CVS and you'll bury it, you know, you'll get like some body wash, some toothpaste, you know, some toilet paper. You're like, lube, how'd that get in there? I'll pay for it. I don't want you to put it back. That's on me. That's on me. It's on me, dog. You know what I mean? Like I'll just buy it. I don't want you to have to put it back. You know. I walk into CVS now like confidence. Like I had one errand to run today. This is it. I noticed I was low last night. Set a reminder on my phone. I'm a grown man. I'm here now. I set it for 3 o'clock. I was here at 2:25. So I'm like it was a job interview. I walk in, they're like, sir, do you want a basket? No, it's more of a one-handed thing. And I go, I get my bottle of lube. It's like, you want to do self-checkout? No. I don't. I'm very alone. Very alone. I want to make eye contact with somebody while I buy this bottle of lube. That's where I'm at in my life. Like, I've been on one date the last 3 years. I've been on one date. I met a girl after a show like this. It's my one move. And she told me, here's the thing, is like, she goes, Lawrence, we should go to lunch on Saturday. And I said, cool, you want me to pick you up or you want me to meet you there? Because we don't know each other. I could murder this woman. You know how men are. You know, it's like, I don't know her at all. And she goes, I want you to pick me up. And I go, oh, fuck, I forgot about my car. At the time, I drove a 2017 Chevrolet Spark. And it got me in a lot of embarrassing situations. Like, if you've never seen a 2017 Chevrolet Spark, it's about this big. It looks like a child's tennis shoe. And when COVID happened, I had to start doing Uber to make money because we couldn't do comedy. And this car, like one night I was doing a show like this, and after the show, I thought, oh, I'm gonna log into Uber to make some extra money. But I forgot to get further away from the club first. Yeah, so now these two people from the show were getting in my Chevrolet Spark. And they're looking at me, aren't you the headliner we just saw? Like, are we being punked? And I was like, no. And it was not a short ride. It was a very long ride. And I got embarrassed in this car a lot, right? And here's the thing for this date. You need to know this too, is like, at one point I had to start doing Uber Eats because my car got hit on the left side, so the driver's side door did not open. So I started doing Uber Eats during COVID. And I don't know do you guys use Uber Eats ever? Yes? Here's a secret about Uber Eats that you might not know. If we deliver you your food, right, and we're going to your nice apartment complex, and you don't give us the gate code, or you're sending us to some building, you're giving us to some building you work at, and you just give me the address, not the name that's on the building, because you're a fucking piece of shit, and you don't think about other people. If I show up there, if I can't get in or I can't find you, I can call you, I can text you. If you don't answer, the app starts a timer for 8 minutes. And if you can't find me inside of that 8 minutes, that's my food. And you still have to pay for it. I used to love that shit. Like if you don't answer, you don't respond, that timer starts, I put my phone on silent. I'm hiding in the bushes. I don't give a shit. I'm poor. I want your fucking food. I don't give it. Try to find me. The game is afoot. The game is afoot. So one morning, I'm bringing this guy McDonald's. He doesn't answer. The timer starts. It gets down to 10 seconds. I'm in the bushes. I'm just hiding, just doing the final countdown. And then I have another order coming, going to IHOP. And I think, cool, I'll eat that too. I'm hungry. This guy never shows up. So I start driving to IHOP. And I look inside the bag. And what's inside the bag is pancakes. And I'm like, cool, those are my pancakes now. But McDonald's didn't put any silverware in the bag, which upset me because I'm a customer now. I'm like, pancakes, no silverware, you fucking animals. I'm gonna call customer support. You know, this is ridiculous. So the car got me in a lot of trouble, and so this girl, she goes, I want you to come pick me up. And you gotta remember all the things that have happened to this car. And I go, cool. And I go to her house. I ring the doorbell. I walk her to my car like a perfect gentleman. And you got to remember, my car's been hit on the left side. The driver's side door does not open. So I open up her door, and she tries to get in. And I had to go, yeah, actually, I got to get in first. And then she watches me climb through my car like it's a McDonald's playground. And have ever been so embarrassed you just don't mention what happens? Like, I did not bring it up at all. Like, we're just driving, and I'm just acting like that's normal. And here's the other thing about my car before I sold it is I never figured it out, but the AC, this is the middle of the summer, the AC worked if you were moving. But if you stopped at a red light and the AC was on, the car would just turn itself off. And ladies, I don't know if you've ever, like, I let her pick the restaurant. I don't know if you've ever had a valet park your shitty car. It's a very Dallas thing, right? It's so embarrassing. Like, I wouldn't be here. You know, like, just imagine a long line of luxury vehicles, just Lexus, BMW, Mercedes. At the back of it, me and a very confused woman, sweating real hard, not talking about it, in a 2017 Chevrolet Spark. Finally, we get to the front, and I have to get out. I crawl out after her. Like, the valet driver comes to my door, and he's pulling on it hard. And I'm like, yeah, you gotta go around. You gotta go around. Like, he's an asshole. I'm like, yeah, you gotta go around, you fucking idiot. Like, why would you pull on this door? Why would you pull on this door? Fucking idiot, you know? She gets out of the car, I climb out after her. And then I gotta toss my keys to my 18-year-old valet driver, like, be careful with it. Now I gotta lean back into the window and be like, seriously, be careful with her. Like, those front tires are bald as shit. State inspect stickers out, and do not turn on the AC. The car, it will die. It doesn't matter, it will die on you. You'll be pushing this thing if you turn on that AC. I know it's hot out, but do not turn on the AC. Look, the next part is like, here's the thing is like, hang out with my single friends, and like I live in all these different universes and trying to work on my mental health. And I've been working on my mental health to such a degree, it's embarrassing me. Like, I walked into a bar the other night, and I had my backpack on, and the bouncer asked to check it, and I didn't know he was going to do that. I did not know he was going to do that. And he looks at my backpack, and what was in it was a journal, a mental health journal, and a book called You're a Badass.
Yeah, you are.
And this dude just zipped my backpack up and just handed it back to me like, if you're going to hurt anybody, it's yourself. Just get in there. I was so embarrassed by it. Like, I'm trying to work on myself, but I was so embarrassed, you know? Like, and the reason I'm trying so hard to work on myself is I want my son to have a normal life, and I don't know what that means. Like, I grew up crazy as fuck. Like, I grew up with a mother. My mom, a lot of people would say my mother is a criminal, but those are just words on a background check. You know, like, people that know her, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, people that know her whole story, people that know the whole story, right? That's called a jury. And they called her guilty, you know? But she's my mother. I call her Trena, and I love her. And, like, my mom's crazy as shit. Like, I grew up with a single mom. And I think the hardest part about growing up with a single mother is watching her date, you know? Like, my mom always dated dudes that had the vibe of, like, a scratch-off lottery ticket. Right? That you find laying, like, face down in the parking lot of a liquor store. It's like, Trena, you don't have to pick that up and take it home to know. Probably not a winner. You know, probably not a winner. Please stop bringing these lottery tickets home, Mom. I'm trying to live in here, you know? It's... And I love her, but like, I was raised by functional alcoholics, cable TV, and magicians. Right? Like the first mad trick I learned as a little kid. My mom taught it to me. Basically, the trick was anytime my mom and I were in a parking lot, we would do this cute little thing where I would blow into a clear tube, her car would start, we both go, ta-da! Like, you only end up being a comedian, like, oh, thank you. You ladies have seen that one. All right, get home safe. Like, my mom was crazy. Like, my mom, I hate to say it, like, I will say, like, have you guys, like, I grew up crazy. Like, have you guys ever seen somebody smoke crack cocaine? Yeah? Okay, oh, fuck yeah, Thursday crowd, fuck yeah. Like, when I was a kid, my mom smoked crack, which was a problem, right? Because when you smoke crack, you run around a lot, you get real paranoid. So my mom and I, we lived in a trailer, which was fucked up because there's not a lot of room for running around. And she was really trapped, you know? It's like, at one morning, my mom, you know, she's high on crack, she's running back and forth. Yeah, like she's got her cowboy boots on. You know how moms are. And she's running back and forth through the trailer. And my mom, she stepped on, I'm like trying to watch some Hanna-Barbera. I'm just trying to get my cartoons on, you know? Like, my mom's high on crack, she steps on my foot, and I'll never forget, I got upset. I was like 8 or 9, and I'll never forget, I looked my mother right in the face. And I go, Trena, would you stop? Would you please just fucking stop? And I'll never forget my mother, high on crack cocaine, slapped me in the face and goes, hey, we don't cuss in this house. Thank you guys for laughing at that. It was weird. Like, so as you can tell by all those stories, I was mostly raised with my grandmother, and and I love my grandmother so much. My grandmother. I'll tell you guys this. My special. Like, my grandmother was the most important woman in my life. My grandmother was the first woman ever allowed to work at Love Field Airport. Right? Give it up for that. She raised 5 daughters by herself, and then one of them fucked up so bad she had to raise me. You know, this woman went above and beyond. And the last year of her life, I moved back in with her, and I was helping take care of her. And my grandmother passed away last year. She was the most important woman in my life. This is how fucking tough women are, right? My grandma, this is who she was as a person. She got in a car wreck. She refused the ambulance. She comes home, calls me. I get her out of the car, get her on the couch. And my grandmother looks at me and she goes, I don't feel so good. Can you get me a Tums? Yeah, sure, Grandma. I get her a Tums. It takes me like an hour to get her to the bathroom, get her back to the couch. And she looks at me and she goes, I should have gotten the ambulance. And I was like, yeah, bitch, let's change that right now. I got a cell phone. I don't know if you've heard of those. I got a cell phone. I call an ambulance. They come get her. We take her to the hospital. And my grandmother is laying on a gurney, like with a neck brace on. And this is how tough women are. The doctor comes in and they go, yeah, you've got a collapsed clavicle, 3 broken ribs, and a broken arm. And my grandmother in a neck brace looks up at me and goes, Lawrence, I'm sorry I ruined your night. It was always about us. It was never about her. And then she passed away 2 days later. Right? And I miss her all the time. Like, that's where I learned comedy from. Like, my grandmother is where I learned talking shit from. You know, like, I've always had bad handwriting. One time when I was a kid, my grandmother looked at something I wrote, and she goes, boy, you write how deaf people speak. I was in 5th grade. It took me 10 years to realize how fucking hilarious that was. You write how deaf people speak? Are you kidding me, Grandma? It's hilarious. Like, towards the end of her life, she had started wearing a hearing aid in one ear, and she would do this shit where anytime it was my turn to speak, she would just take her hearing aid out and sit on the table to let me know that conversation was over. Like some kind of senior citizen mic drop, you know? It's fucking ridiculous. And I'll tell you this, it was weird living with her when I was in high school because normally I don't do this, because I talk about being Latino, because I am. But the truth is I'm half Mexican, half white. And normally I don't tell people that because nobody likes it. You know, like if you're half one ethnicity, half of another, you're not on anybody's team. Like when my white friends find out that I'm also half white, they look at me like they fucking hit a piñata and a John Mayer CD fell out of that. You guys know, like, I don't even speak Spanish. You guys know in Texas, if you're Hispanic and you don't speak Spanish, Mexicans will treat you like tacos from Jack in a Box, right? Like, they know you're not the real thing. And I tell you all of that to tell you that my grandmother was from the white side of my family. So the last year of her life, I was taking care of her, and we'd be in public, and we made people very nervous. You know, because she's 87, real fucking white, on a walker. I'm me, walking behind her. Like, people, like, if I'm too close, like, we'd be at the grocery store, people look at me like I'm about to fucking rob her or something, you know what I mean? Like she had to wear a hearing aid, she couldn't hear me. I started doing this little joke where I just I'd do a little finger gun behind her, and I'd be like, I'm gonna murder this bitch. And, nobody called the cops. I'm like, oh, I guess you're a piece of shit then, huh? I guess you're a piece of shit, you know? Like, and my grandmother was cute because she was 87 and white. So was she a little racist? Yeah. Right? What are you, stupid? Of course. But her racism, it was very outdated. Like, you had to know history to know what she was talking about. If you didn't study, you were gonna miss it. You know, like we'd be at the grocery store and I'd be like, Grandma, what cereal you want? You know, corn pops? What are you into right now? And she goes, I don't like Japanese people. The way they stand in the middle of the aisle like they own the place. And I'd be like, Grandma, first of all, shh. Second of all, I don't know what the fuck that means. I think it's probably got something to do with Pearl Harbor, I'm guessing. Something to do with Pearl Harbor. And then my grandma, she'd go like, I don't like women that wear sweatpants at grocery stores, they're whores. And I go like, let's get out of here. Let's both just get out of here. I think she believed that more than anything. She hated women that wore sweatpants in public. She really fucking did. God bless her. Like, one time I was driving my grandmother to see my mother, and we were driving through a neighborhood in East Dallas where we used to live. And my grandmother, with no prompting from me, she looks out the window and she goes, you can tell a bunch of Mexicans live there now. All the brightly colored buildings. And I didn't argue with my grandmother anymore. I didn't want her to take her hearing aid out. What I would do is I would text the racist things she would say to my other comedian friends. And on this day, I text what she said to my friends, and within 5 seconds, my buddy Jimmy responds to me with a screenshot where he had typed into Google Mexican apartments. And it was nothing but brightly colored buildings. All right, Grandma, you win this one. You win this one. And I loved her, but it was so weird living with an old white woman in high school because I felt like I didn't fit in. Do you know? Like in high school, I didn't know the hip cool slang, right? Like in high school, I'm calling pants britches. Like my friends, they'd be like, "Yo, Lawrence, you see that chick? She's a skank," and I'd be like, "Oh no, what's a skank?" And they'd be like, "Lawrence, that means she sleeps like a lot of different dudes, bro." And I'd be like, "Oh, you mean like Blanche?" To the younger people here, if you don't know who Blanche is, she's a fucking hero. That's. So now my grandmother's gone, and I miss her every day. But I don't live with her anymore. I live in a terrible apartment complex. If anybody here's apartment living, or not apartment living, you might not know this, but the kids are mean. If you live in a bad neighborhood, like I don't know if you've been bullied by a small child lately, but it'll fuck up your whole day. Right, the other day I'm walking my dog, it's Tuesday at noon. I see this young boy, he's running around the apartments, he's got a backpack on. I'm an adult, I think I should help. So I walk over to this kid and I'm like, "Hey, little buddy, shouldn't you be at school?" And this kid looks me right in the face and goes, "Bitch, shouldn't you be at work?" I swear to God, I picked up my little chihuahua and I was like, "Come on, Blanche, let's get out of here. Let's fuck this kid." And I'm too old to act like this, but I was upset as I told my therapist. I look at this kid and I go, hey, little buddy. Cover my little chihuahua's ears. Go, "Hey, little buddy, acting like that, it ain't gonna bring your daddy back." Oh, fuck you. No, I'm allowed to say that. He's my brother. And that's, never coming back if we keep acting like this. And it's, but I'm doing better, man. And the last part of this special, I'll tell you guys is I'm doing better for my son. My son's the most important thing in my life now. Oh, thank you. As of today, I'm very close. I'm just shy of being 3 years clean of drugs. Everybody. Damn. Quit doing cocaine. What a hero. And I'll tell you guys, like I've done drugs my whole life. You know what I mean? Like I come from a drug family. It was hard for me I come from a drug family. Like some people come from a military family, right? They're like, his dad was in the military, his dad was in the military. That was my family, but with drugs. Like when I was a kid, my mom was so bad on drugs. When she finally became an alcoholic, we were so proud of her. Right? Like, where's mom? She's fucking right there. Isn't that good? Pass it on the porch. She's home. That's great. Look at her. Look at mom taking care of everybody. That's great. You know, it's... I've done drugs my whole life, you know, like I don't smoke weed anymore. I do miss smoking weed. You know, to me, my favorite thing about smoking weed, I think, was like, I don't think it was getting, you know what I used to love? I used to love luring other people into my car. Right? Turning on some tunes. And I would just like pass a joint to them. And like, I didn't care about getting high. I just wanted them to get high enough that they would listen to a song I thought described my life. Like, I just wanted somebody to hit a joint and go like, bro, I fucking get you now. I totally, that's all I wanted. They would just talk through it for a decade, you know? And it's, to me, that's an escape room. It's just you and me smoking weed in my car, and you know how to get out. But it's hard, because you could tell I really needed this, and that's... leave you guys on this. I'm glad to be clean, man. Like, and I do miss smoking weed some. Like, I was just up in Oklahoma. Did you guys know, like, we just had the state fair here. You know, like, to me, my favorite weekend in Dallas has always been the Red River rivalry. You guys know what I'm talking about? If you don't know, once a year, people from Oklahoma, people from Austin, Texas, meet in the middle in Dallas, and they fucking burn our city down. In honor of their college football team, right? Like, that's my favorite weekend here. I don't know if you guys have ever seen two dudes fist fight in the middle of an intersection, wearing jerseys for schools they could both not get into. But it's hilarious, right? Like, I think you both lost. So, like, but did you guys know that last year Oklahoma legalized medicinal marijuana? Were you guys aware of that? Right? You realize that means Oklahoma's ahead of us, right? You realize the same year Oklahoma made it legal to smoke weed, that same year, Texas made it legal to open carry a sword. I don't have a joke for that. That's just a fact, ladies and gentlemen. That's a fact. I think we can all agree that a sword is the most aggressive way to let people know that you're a virgin, right? It's like, I brought my sword with me. Like, I fucking bet you did, Kyle. I bet you did. Like, get out of here with your fucking sword. Like, I was thinking about this driving back from Oklahoma. It's like you realize Texas is so crazy, even our ice cream kills people. Bluebell, right? You guys remember, right? Bluebell murdered 3 people. Bluebell murdered 3 people, and for the first time in 20 years, we all just came together as a state. And we're like, yeah, I don't really give a shit. It's my favorite. But we're scared of marijuana. Guys, who's killed more people? Is it Bluebell or weed? It's Bluebell by 300%. By 300%, it is Bluebell. I was thinking about this driving back from Oklahoma. I was like, imagine if you knew nothing about Texas. You're just driving through. You hear on the radio, local ice cream's killing people. You're like, that's fucking weird. Next thing you hear is a commercial for that ice cream. Eventually, you stop to get gas. You see all these jacked up trucks. They all got that Texas flag just blowing 30 feet in the wind. Looks like a table at Poncho's that wants a sopapilla, and it's... You walk into this gas station and you see dudes who've got guns on their hip. They've got swords on their back. Somebody's buying the ice cream that's literally killing people. And you walk to the back of that gas station and you pull on the beer cooler and it's locked. Because it's 11 a.m. on Sunday. And these people, this militia is looking at you like you're fucking crazy. And you're like, hey, why is the beer cooler locked? And they're like, 'cause the day is Sunday? And that's the Lord's day. And God sees everything, so you can't buy beer till noon. That's when the sun's in his eyes, right? Is it not? We're crazy. That's what I love about us. We're so crazy. We'll end here. So about 4 years ago, when drugs went south for me, it's about 4 years ago, I zigged when I should have zagged. I got addicted to crystal meth. Oh, fuck you guys. Like, everybody's been to Garland. You guys know what crystal meth is. And it's like, and I hate it too. Because, like, if I say cocaine, everybody's like, meet me in the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like, but you say meth, everybody gets fucking weird. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, cocaine's more, I don't mean to do an infomercial for meth, but, like, cocaine's way more dangerous. You know what I mean? Like, there's fentanyl in cocaine. You know, meth, you know, you're going to be up the next day, but you're going to be alive. 100%. I got so bad on this drug about 4 years ago. The first time I did it was in New Mexico. And I remember driving back to Dallas. I was up for 2 or 3 days. It was a bender. I remember driving back to Dallas. I thought, Lawrence, we got to do the reasonable thing. We're going to have to find a meth dealer a little closer to home. We can't keep driving back to New Mexico. Think of the gas money. And I was ashamed of my addiction. I was ashamed. So what I did is I don't want to tell anybody I was addicted to this drug, but I had to find a dealer. So what I did is I went on Craigslist. Great website, right? Like you want a washer, dryer, meth dealer, it's all there. And what I found was a gay man named Carlos. And the fact he's gay comes up later. I got so bad on this drug that 4 years ago I was homeless. Like I was like funniest comic in Texas. Then I was so bad on this drug I was homeless. And right, nothing funny about being homeless. Every night I was eating my meals in fast food parking lots. I'll never forget one night I saw two dudes getting a fist fight in that parking lot, which really upset me because it's like I wouldn't come to your house and act like this. And it's, I might be a crackhead, but I have morals. You know, like I would never act like this at all. And it's, I was so bad on this drug. I don't know if you guys have ever done so many drugs in Dallas that you woke up in Seattle. But I did. And I woke up in Seattle. I had to go to a rehab. And it was a weird time in my life. Like, because I went to rehab right when COVID started. So I woke up in Seattle, and it was so weird, Texas, watching you guys from afar. Like, when COVID happened, like, you guys legalized alcohol delivery in 2 days. In 2 fucking days, right? That's Amazon Prime. You realize that means the government had to come together at the Capitol, look at each other, and just be like, hey, if these people can't drink, they're not gonna quarantine. And then that piece of shit had to wheel himself into a different room. And we still went out and got drunk, didn't you? Didn't you? So I woke up in this rehab while you guys are having this revolution at Specs, you know. I woke up in this rehab in Seattle. And Seattle was cool, man, but like it's a weird place. Like I had to see a drug counselor every day, and whenever you're seeing a drug counselor every day, at one point you're both running out of material. Like, I don't have much more. I was like, it's nice weather. She's like, it's not. It's Seattle. You shouldn't smoke crack. And I'm like, well, we both get it. I don't know why I'm paying you for this. And so on the last day, I started telling her the story. I go, hey, you know, if I'm gay, that's not a big deal. But one time, I was hanging out at my gay meth drug dealer's house, and this dude, he offered to suck my dick for free drugs. And I don't care who you are. That's a good deal. You're not gonna find that she's leaving on that. She's like, fuck that. And it's like, you're not gonna find that on Groupon, you know what I mean? Like, you're only gonna find that at Carlos's house. It's at North Dallas. You can find him on Craigslist. And I'll never forget, I told my therapist, I go, does that make me gay? And I'll never forget, she just set me down, she set her pencil down, and she looks at me and she goes, Lawrence, I think you're worried about the wrong thing. My name is Lawrence Rosales. It means the world to me that you guys came out here tonight to support local comedy. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Good night. Thank you.
Keep it going for Lawrence, everybody. Keep it going for the man. There you go.
I'm in a bad way again, my friend. I've been chasing the lightning and living in sin. If you see me out walking, please tell me where I've been. I'm in a bad way